guys, welcome back to Clash with Barndo. Level 7 minions, hey? That's the big news. Town 11 is going to get more defences, but that'd be expected. I think there was a 4th expo as well as a few other things. What we're going to go through tonight is our War Win 158 versus a Chinese clan. I can't pronounce that. It looks like houses. So we fought the Chinese clan houses, and they were the 2 Town Hall 10 bases above us, but just the one overall, obviously, as we've got mascot. But they did 2-star all our 10s except for Hoff and Shine, I think it was, and they missed a couple of our 10s. Saw some really good attacks from their clan. We've hit 2 stars on all of their 10s and 3-starred the bottom 2. And we did need 1 Town Hall 10 to finish off 13 for us for the Town Hall 9s. Outside of that, for me, what was really good to see this war from our point of view was all the Town Hall 8s and 9s hitting really early. So that allowed us to be able to have the 8s open up the Town Hall 10s and even have a bit of a squizzy at some of the 9s for the Town Hall 9s. So that just makes wars so much easier, getting those look-ats. So we had some 60s and 70s on our Town Hall 10, so the percentage was pretty good overall. And a couple of Queen Walk 3-stars from myself from my main account. So what I've done with this attack here was, the intention was to Queen Walk anti-clockwise around there. The big thing that I was umming and ahhing over was where those air defences were. If I had Queen walked clockwise, the Queen would have killed that air defence and kept going, but that air defence there was going to give a grief. So the reason I chose to go anti-clockwise was I wanted to send my king group in there and then jump it to the middle and go straight to that Inferno. And then once at that Inferno, they would pat to the secondary Inferno. I couldn't see the base, the heroes patting very well from there. Going from the other side, I think they would have had trouble and probably avoided the Inferno, which would have pushed out my 3-star. So 1 Pecker, 4 Golems with the Clan Castle, and I did have 4 Hogs, which is a little bit different. I don't normally take many Hogs. I did use 1 to open the Clan Castle, and 3, you'll see later on, had a huge effect. Pretty simple open. That's roughly where I wanted the Clan Castle. I knew it was a hound. We did have one of our Town Hall 8s just run his hogs. He had a hog army built, but all the 8s were dead at that stage, so he just ran them through this for us. A little bit disappointing where that 3rd golem went in the middle there. The wall breakers, pretty sure I placed them properly, but they ran all over the place and they didn't open. I was hoping to get the actual T-junction opened. Just would have been good then, because they would have got that cannon and that archer tower. So the Queen's just about got she has got the hounds moved out. So first rage there for the Golem and the King. That's to get them to push in as quick as possible and get that Queen out of the way. That's where I had hoped the wall breakers to open up, but obviously things going on, I didn't time it well with the mortar, and they've even stuffed up on the side there. So you see the second jump for the team to miss out. Now I've been watching the Queen taking all this damage and only having the 1 healer, and whoopsies, Barndo's missed the Queen ability. So whilst trying to watch everything, I've missed my ability, which I thought would play a major role, but it didn't. So I had a few barbs and wizards left. The barbs were just to act as mini tanks for the side there. But you see the effect of those 3 hogs. I've still got 2 hogs alive and going for it. They're just knocking out those defences. There's plenty of tanking ability left. King's still popping away. Plenty of wizzies. Yeah, really enjoyable raid. Really big boo-boo on the Queen's ability. Yeah, I'm just glad it didn't cost me the raid. What I want to show is a 2-part for number 12, to show what we had happen with the open for it. So the open, it was open a couple of times actually, but this was the base. This base had no infernos at the start of the war, but then he's bought them and thrown them in the base for the war. He did put himself a little bit of a murder hole there, which is just retarded, especially sitting a giant bomb on it. And even the two infernos together in the middle, it's quite bad, but that's what he's decided to go with. So Phoenix has gone for a 4-queen walk, 4-healer queen walk with a 3 golem contingent. He's got a pecker in his clan castle, so he's going to pop those into the middle where that murder hole was and go nuts. So he's taken earthquakes, 1 rage and 1 jump. We had a bit of a chat about this and had a bit of a plan. He didn't in the end get to use his shine account to run it because he was going to open this to do his second attack. But I mean, he hit just over 70% 2-star for a max 9 base with 2 inferno, so it wasn't a terrible attack. So the one big thing here is he has missed his poison, which has caused him to blow his Queen's ability, but there wasn't any major damage after that, so 4 heals were a little bit of an overkill for there. 4 was the decision though to go with. That's definitely what I would have recommended. So you see the earthquakes come out. What I like about the earthquakes, guarantees your pathing, opens up a fair bit there, and it does that nice chunk of damage to the inferno to get you powering through. Unfortunately, what has happened, he's got no rages as well for his main group in the middle. The golems have pathed off to the bottom left hand side there. You see them at the wizard tower, so they've pathed off. As a Town Hall 9, I think probably going in with that second rage and avoiding that jump, and he probably would have pushed a few percentage points extra, but it was still a pretty good bloody open. So you see that jump goes out now, but the golems will get a few extra buildings, but nothing major. So 79% 2-star, certainly can't be unhappy for that for an open. Now I'll show how I attacked it with 80, and I've just done a little bit of variation on the attack he's done, just to tweak it and obviously hit that 3. So you see it's actually a very similar army to what I took into the last base. I've gone with the 4 healers and only the 4 golems, but I do have that pecker as well. You see I did adjust where I put that earthquake. The main reason I didn't want those golems to path down to that wizard tower and mortar at the left hand side there. So similar open. Minions to herd those couple of huts. Now I had a bit of a think about this, and I did weigh up the options, and I thought, well, if I pop the Queen's ability and use that, there's not going to be huge damage afterwards, and if I'm desperate I can use a rage. Unfortunately the clan castle has got those archers on the side, which caused me a little bit of an annoyance, and the Queen, she started shooting walls just because she could. But as we said, I didn't need to really do much else with the Queen now, so unfortunately she's taking no damage, and you've got to be very careful with that. If the healers are very close to another unit taking damage, they'll fly off to them. The second rage in the middle, a couple of wizards on the outside to keep all that clearing up. Pop that King's ability, get that creasing along. Now comes the jump. And you can see that opens up 3 cells there. Now I used the hogs down the bottom just to try to help with that cell that was at the bottom, causing a fair chunk of damage to those golems King's gone off and died. 2 hogs still going for it. And you see they pinch that healer. So they go up to the wizard tower. Quite lucky. By the time I did the raid I was quite rushed. But it was good. The war was effectively won at that stage anyway, so it was just a bit of icing on the cake. So you sort of see that's a lot of town hall planning with your 8s hitting 9s or 10s, and then your max 9 being able to hit up and just to open up some bases and have a good crack. What we've got here is Judd's done a GoLaLoon versus their number 16. He's got the 2 golems, so it's a shattered golem GoLaLoon. I don't really understand why he took wall breakers with his jump pathing where he's gone with that. I probably wouldn't have bothered myself. Because where he's gone with that jump, he could have done the same without the wall breakers. He didn't even need the wall breakers. Oh no. Witches are getting upgraded. So, King's blown, killed the Queen. Now those 2 Teslas there are a bit of a powwow. I think this was the first attack versus base, so he didn't know what was where. His Queen's just snuck in and got that second air defence. And she's had enough cover to be able to get those Teslas as well, so that's a really good cost to what he's got. You see, good starter spread for the loons, 2 per defence. Now we love our haste. You generally don't need the rages unless you're going to be going through big heavy buildings like expos, infernos, things like that. Normally 2 drops will kill most buildings. Spread it up a bit now. Icing's all there. And we'll go one more. So he was lucky he got his hand pops at the end. That's that one. And yeah, great raid Judd. 6-star water Judd. One of our guns for the war. Now I did skip one of the 9s because that was the one I showed on the live. I did want to show 17 though, didn't I? What was this? This was a I don't know what's in his clan castle, to be honest, but it's a GoHog, and his earthquake the middle up there to open that right up. There you go, 3rd golem. So it's a stoned GoHog. His heroes are getting up there, 15, 16 now. One day he'll get them up to 20, 20. Right, so good timing on the king. He's just sitting just behind those golems. So the queen, she aggroed onto the golems, not the king. That's important. Good timing on his poison. And dragon's still going. Unfortunately, it only had a wizard for a little bit of time there. So he's still got almost a full golem, and the other one's at about 60-70%. So out come the hogs. Beautiful, getting one set of the double giant bomb straight out of the way. The split on this other double giant bomb was just lucky. There's the second one for it. Bang. Hogs flying everywhere. So you see that golem tanking again. speed it up now. And yeah, good raid, Mr. Monkey. 6-star war for him as well. Just going to show one Town Hall 8. This is Aegon. Now, it wasn't a super duper raid, but he's gone with a GoHog. Only the level 1 giants, golems, that's all you really need at Town Hall 8. They don't have to be level 2. Quite minor upgrades, but what was good to see was he tried to get, generally with this base, you've got 2 bombs there, 2 bombs there, and that's normally that base. It's quite a common forum base. Ways around it is to send in your golem sections into the sides, or send in 4 or 5 hogs there. I've shown this base before, further back on my video replays. So he's got a good little walk going there, barbed walk with the wizards. Now, he did let those wizards just die in the end, which wasn't the best. So a good cost here. He's got the golem out, so he's got the king, couple of defences in, and hopefully trip that double set of giant bombs. That's what he's going for. What's even worse when you see this base, it's always normally that set there's the double. Just all your little tricks and hints. You'll see that's the double 90% of the time. People just go and copy this map. But there's no giant bombs on the right hand side there, so this was the first attack against the base. So it was a good open though. 1 hog, 2 hog in the middle, and that's just bang. They've got both giant bombs for a cost of 2 hogs. Just an absolutely stupid place to have it. The pathing was not thought out, and you can see that from the massive amount of hogs he had left. More flying hogs. Good raid, Aegon. Just thought he was going to get bacon, but then I did notice that the giant bombs are there. So the gossip is that they're going to be doing witches level 3. I thought that might have been a possibility, summoning 5 skellies per summon for a total of 10. So I think you'll find witches will come back. Other than that, yeah, hope I've helped, and clash on.